Alright, hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another Safari Saturday, and you know how it goes. It's Saturday, so I go into Area 3 just as I planned and just as I said what I was going to do before. Pinsir please, yes, definitely Pinsir please. Hopefully this time I will get it. No worries, this huge frame here, that's not what I'm going to go for. This is around 4 hours, so no, definitely not. What I will try to get for the first half an hour is a quirky Dodrio. So that is the first thing I'm going to hunt for. Because I don't have one yet, and it would be interesting to see what do I get. Well, I know what I get, and I'll definitely get a shiny Oddish again, like always. So, enough chit-chat, enough blah blah. On to the RNG manipulation. I definitely hope that I'll get what I want. What I really would love to get is a Pinsir. I mean, I've gotten it to appear before, but you know, this is the Safar-Zone after all. And what that means is that, well, in a battle you are not allowed to use your Pokémon, so there's no easy way of... Well, it starts with the fact that you can't weaken the wild Pokémon. Right, so we're now in Area 3. But yeah, you can't weaken the Pokémon, you have to hope and pray to RNGs that the Pokemon will not flee or else, well, you don't get it. That's usually why the Safar-Zone in the Pokemon fandom has been. There's a love-hate relationship with that area of the game. You get a lot of nice things in the Safar-Zone, but at the same time, because you don't really... There's a huge lack of control. All you can do is throw a ball, so in hopes that it might catch it. Or you can throw bait, as in Generation 3, it's not bait, it's a Pokeblock that you can make yourself. And depending on the nature of the wild Pokemon, it will prefer certain colors. This being an RNG manipulation hunt, meaning I know exactly which natures they will have, so I planned accordingly and I blended the right Pokeblocks colors for them. Oh, hey there, Kaiser Kamazin. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? You haven't told me yet what you wanted for the stream, but you know, I'm all ears. So let's hope that the Pinsir will at least be caught this time. I even fed it some red Pokeblocks the times that I managed to get it on screen before, and still they can still flee even though they love what you give them as food. So that's unfortunately something that can happen. Yeah, I've been busy and keep forgetting. I mean, you literally have more important things going on in your life, so absolutely no problem. Hopefully you're not too tired now after work. When I had to transfer the Pokemon that you requested to home, I also had to charge my Switch, because it wasn't in the dock for a very long time, and well, it just takes such a long time to charge, in my opinion. Woke up at 12:30 today and slept like doo-doo. Oh, That's very unfortunate. No, that is a normal oddish. Yeah, and what I want to say is somewhat private, so I don't want to mention it here. Okay. That's absolutely fair. I mean, this also goes for anyone out there watching either right now or later. If you find me on Discord, it's also Infinite Omniverse, just like the channel name. And if you have something to tell me that's a bit more maybe private, or maybe you don't want to say it in public, then I'm all ears. Okay, so now back to Area 3. You have to get the Mach bike for that, remember? Or else you cannot pass into Area 3. Not sure how long I'll be in the stream today either, no problem. If you just... I'm happy enough with people just dropping by saying hello. So do whatever works best for you. Let's see where this goes. Well, for now it's first the Dodrio. And maybe some accidental quirky shinies. And definitely what I will try to get as well will be the Seeking. And then I'm gonna need a super rod for that. Hopefully that will work out as well. Unfortunately, fishing RNG is somewhat unreliable. Not really a fan of it. It often fails. Or it's, like I said before, very inconsistent results, which is exactly the opposite of what you want when you do RNG manipulation. Since I'm tired, expect me to either not talk a lot or talk about weird stuff. No problem. I mean, aren't we always talking about weird stuff on the stream? I can't think of a chat that was somehow normal or, you know, lame, boring, whatever you wanna call it. Any synonym of these words. Very often they're morbid. They're just really random. But, you know, as I always say, ask me how I've been. I'm like, can't really tell you a lot. Ask me about something very specific, we can have discussions for hours. Yeah, I mean, it's always a bit out there. Yeah, a bit out there, definitely. Wait, 30 seconds. Let's see if I don't know, I think that the last 2 weeks weren't really my best in terms of RNG manipulation or getting the frame correctly. Sometimes I have weeks where I just get it really well, and others I just, well, I fail. Let's see how this stream goes. It's been the beginning, so 9 minutes now. And what do I have here? I have a Gloom, but a normal boring one. No, that did not register. Sometimes that happens. I don't know why. But talk about politics and the fall of America. Alex talks about deep psychological theory. Amma talks about something edgy. Arch hits us with... Yeah, definitely. That's kind of how it goes. And Kinox 12 also sometimes asks, or not edgy things, but also very specific things. Or But I do like myself some interesting conversations, definitely. There we go. It's really unfortunate that I cannot get rid of this beeping noise that just... I mean, apparently my monitor does it when I open certain programs, and it's really stupid. I don't understand why it does that. Of course, how could I forget about Kinox 12 or just your own very normal animator and the America spam? Yeah, that's the community right now, and who knows what will come next. I forgot the name of the I mean, he hasn't been here for a while, but I did have a German user who extensively talked about model cars. Human name as well, can't forget about him. Or math. Faris or math, definitely, yeah. Or his Minecraft compiler, but honestly, I always want these updates because that's freaking cool. He makes logic gates, computing logic gates in Minecraft. I mean, he is a math prodigy, so I'm not surprised. And James sometimes if he manages to come around. Oh yeah, I wonder where the German viewer was. He seemed cool. Hope he comes back. Well, could you kind of understand what he was saying? Or, I mean, I guess you could copy his chat messages and then translate them. But yeah, he wrote everything in German, and I did answer in German only to him. I think that works out. James and Monkey Ball are an inseparable duo, yeah, but that's how we met first. I mean, I've known James since 2008, and he was an internet friend. That's how we started out. And yeah, at one point we met, and yeah, we've always written or texted to each other. It's a, how do you call them, a long distance friendship or internet friendship, I guess. And we also get along well in private, like just like that, in real life, as you would maybe call it. And yeah, the reason we got to talk was because of Monkey Ball. Knew he was talking about model cars, I got that much. Okay, some of the finer details about the cars, though, I didn't understand. Well, they were really, I mean, sometimes he went into great detail. And I couldn't really say a lot about it because my knowledge on model cars is very limited. I just kind of googled what he said, and I always found something that confirmed what he said, so I imagine he's not lying. And I mean, I'm not personally interested in model cars or anything like that, but I know how it is when you have a, let's say, an autistic obsession, and you really want someone to just listen to what inspires you or what you love. And that's why I do listen to these people, even though my autistic obsession isn't really cars or car models. But still, I did learn something, so... And he seemed nice, so... It was very good German practice for you. Hopefully once I become a doctor I can visit Europe and say hi to all the friends I've made in the streams. Yeah, who knows? I mean, back then in 2008 I never thought I was going to meet James in person once. I mean, I didn't even invite him to my wedding. That's why I met him first in real life, actually. And now that he has a job, he flew to Luxembourg. And I could pick him up, and yeah, that's, I mean, it's been a very long friendship. And he's a really nice guy. And I never thought that was going to happen. Just some random other artist who likes Super Monkey Ball. You know about the cat distribution system? The internet sometimes is a artist distribution system, as in autistic people with very specific obsessions can meet like that. I really want to go back to Austria. Me too. Absolutely, me too. There's especially Wien, or Vienna, as you might call it. Such a nice city, really progressive, very clean, walkable, which I love. I love walkable cities. The people are friendly. The food is really nice. It's all good. Only a few hour drive train out to other countries in Europe. Yeah, I mean, I've been there multiple times. Well, how long would it take to drive from Luxembourg to Austria? I know it's a couple of hours, but I don't remember how many. Very often on my way to my Italian family, we would drive through Austria. Okay, so it would be a 6-hour drive, around 6 hours from Luxembourg to Austria, which you can turn into a nice and fun road trip. And that's something I've been planning to do. With James, preferably as well, since then he will have someone who can translate everything the others say, and he gets to see Europe as well. Or more of Europe, not just Luxembourg or a bit of France or a small chunk of Germany. No, still no shiny. Y'all still got 8 years before I can do that, however. Well, yeah, that's finishing your doctor's studies. That usually does take that long. I just noticed I should just save here. Can't believe I haven't done that before. See, I'm too shy to meet people online most of the time. Oh yeah, don't think that I'm here trying to, I don't know, convince you that I want to meet anyone here. If anyone here is uncomfortable with that, of course, I'm not gonna force anyone, and I can't. And I won't. But sometimes things happen that you thought were not going to happen, and then yet, years later, there you sit. And I never thought that some random kid on YouTube that you talked about Monkey Ball and all that person would become one of your best friends for life. It's honestly a miracle I came back for more than one stream here. Really? How come? I mean, some people just don't want to be part of a community in that way, that I understand. 6 hours is like a normal drive for me here in the US. Yeah, for you that's like, oh, that's normal. But if I hear that, oh, I drove 6 hours to meet family and they drive the 6 hours back, to me as a European, that's just, wow, really? Wanna drive 6 hours or 12 hours in a day? Oh, jeez. But hey, I mean, we're different, and I don't judge you for being able to just hop in a car and drive 12 hours. I mean, I could theoretically do it, but I'd be super tired, and I don't know, after a while, after I sit for too long, I just get very nervous. I do like to move around. want to drive up to Chicago, for example, it's a 3 hours up and another 3 down, so it's very normal for me. Yeah. I mean, I've did that as well. But like say from Luxembourg to Austria is a 6-hour drive from, and then if you would return, it's also another 6 hours. So I would definitely combine that with some kind of hotel or lodge or anything of the sort in Austria, because they have that and they are gorgeous. Usually in super beautiful valleys. The mountain view is wonderful. Their food is also really good. They know how to bake, but honestly, Europeans, we know how to bake. I mean, we don't know how to do everything, and we're very stupid at certain things, yes, but we know how to make baked goods. That you have to give us, and also in Austria, they're really good. And the people are usually very friendly to tourists, so it would be definitely interesting to do. I don't meet people in person. I mean, it's just hard for me to interact in general. Yeah. Like, even for my biggest obsessions, I struggle to actually take part in these communities. Oh, you feel like it's not gonna be worth it anyway? Like, feelings like that? Which, yeah, unfortunately, I understand what you mean. That's a duo, but it's not shiny, and I'm not interested. So even though I enjoyed the first stream I was part of, it's a very normal Andrew thing to just not come back. Oh, and you... Wow, and for me, you decided to stay, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. I mean, for now, the community is really itsy-bitsy small. If I get about 2,000 more view or watch hours, then I can do the channel member thing or the emoticon thing. That will definitely make things better as well. I already got some planned, and of course the shiny oddish has to be part of that. Or shiny clam pearl. Oh, you stayed in Salzburg? Oh, Salzburg is really nice, yeah. I want to go back to that place as well. The problem is, if you don't have a income just like me right now, I mean, you're not gonna go anywhere, because it just... hotels are so expensive sometimes. Or everything just really expensive, to be fair. And it's really hard getting anywhere to rent in... like a place to rent in Luxembourg. Even if you have a job as a couple, because if it's not like we have different kinds of contracts, work contracts in Luxembourg, which of course is also like that in other countries, but one of the two that are most often handed over or are most often in practice are either the contract that is within a determined time, so I don't know, that could be 6 months and then you're done, and or 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and then you are not fired, but then you're done and then you're not employed anymore. And the other one is the permanent one. That's where you can supposedly go to work to until you reach retirement age. And even, I mean, a lot of the permanent ones, they don't even give them out, and for the impermanent ones, well, the landlords don't want you, and it's just such a... it's just really stupid, really hard right now. I desperately want to move away to into a larger apartment or a house, but I mean, right now that's just a fever dream or faraway dream, because yeah, without any income you can't, and kind of seeing bad omens or bad vibes, even if I and my husband have an income. Just way too expensive. And the landlords are unneededly choosy, and then even if you get the place, you need to give them some money in advance, so the deposit, and that alone often they ask like, I don't know, three months worth of rent in advance for the deposit, and that's gonna be like 10,000 euros. Absolutely insane, these people. It's not that I don't think the interaction is worth my time, it's more so that I don't know what to say to people. Talk to me and I'll just awkwardly reply back most of the time. Yeah, okay. I understand. I sometimes have days where I'm like this as well. Very, very rare can I click with people easily, but that's starting to change as I found lots of several neurodivergent people I get along with this year. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, you just gotta find neurodivergent people, and then you're gonna see, hey, there's people like me out there, and there's more out there than you think. And sometimes I just see it, I see some aspects of that, what you just said, in my husband as well. He's also, I mean, he is in the stream right now, but he's just so shy, he never really wants to type something in the chat. But yeah, I do understand having these kind of feelings. F landlords, all my homies hate landlords. Kaiser Karmas in is based. But yeah, landlords aren't really that many that are nice or fair. They're like unicorns. Salzburg and Wien were my favorite places I visited in Europe by far. Oh, your favorite place? Have you been to the Netherlands before? Or, I mean, I know you have been to Italy. That I know. Now it depends on what you like. If you like mountain regions with that kind of scenery, then yeah, Austria is your pick. Man, that's wild how I act like and get along with autistic people really well. Wonder if that means anything. Yeah, I wonder if that means anything. Nah, it's just a coincidence, isn't it? /S for you autists out there. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but the neighbors outside are really partying hard. I mean, good for them. I'm not some kind of Karen who calls the police for that. And I mean, there's certain things that happen in America that would never ever fly in Europe, like these homeowner associations. You know what happens when you go to a European, be it an Austrian, be it a Dutch guy, a French person, a Italian, you better hope it's not an Italian, or Portuguese person or anything of the sorts. If you go to that neighbor and you say, your lawn is actually 3 centimeters too long, you have to do that, they just laugh in your face. Or the Italian will send people after you, but yeah, that would never ever fly. And I was very culturally shocked when I first saw these kinds of things. Americans, or US Americans telling me, oh no, they aren't allowed to paint their door or whatever in a certain color because the homeowner association said that was not possible. Or their lawn, they got a lawsuit or something because their lawn wasn't mowed. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, you do you, right? I'm not telling you the Yankees what to do. But it's just, geez, that is something that would never culturally fly here. Sadly, I wasn't able to visit the oddish capital of Europe. Yeah. Oh, wait. It's 20... it's 22 or 10 p.m. So now I'm gonna go for the adamant synchronizer, and I will attempt to get the Pinsir. And hopefully that will work. Tried to get the Dodrio now, but that failed. Let's see how this goes. But there's more to the Netherlands than just cannabis, you know. It's actually definitely worth going somewhere there. It's really nice. The people are very friendly. Especially nice for English speakers or people who only speak English, because the Dutch are usually... Their English is usually very good from... I mean, at least much better than the German English, from my experience. And if you like riding a bike, that's the perfect country to do it. Or walk your dog. There's so many dog beaches and dog-friendly hotels if you're a dog person. The Netherlands is really a destination to take your dog to. I know so many people who they just go there specifically because it's so dog-friendly. Just with the food, I mean, there's good food in the Netherlands. It's just kind of always the same thing. There's pancakes and that sweets and those sweets, and that is fried and that is grilled, and then, well, that's kind of it. But it's good. That's just my privileged Italian butt complaining about the lack of variety, which I shouldn't maybe take for granted, because in Italy that's just something that's normal. But you'd think about calling the police if you had to live next to the people I do in my apartment. They sound like they are playing basketball at 3 a.m. Oh no, is that like every day? Oh jeez, that's like psychological torment in a way, isn't it? If that happens every single night and you can't sleep because of that. Homeowner associations are stupid. Never understood it either. But you could get sued for it, so you have to abide by their rules. Yeah, that's crazy. All I'm saying is I walked past a place named Marijuana World in Wien, and all I'm saying is it's on my reason I want to go back to Wien. I mean, it's not... they don't handle cannabis like the Dutch handle it, so... It was probably a CBD shop. Sometimes, like, we have them as well in Luxembourg. And there's tons of tourists going inside and they ask for the THC, not the CBD. Just for them to say, sorry, this is just CBD, no THC. Nothing of the sort. Turkish apple tea, very good. Excellent even. Even got to hear my neighbors copulating very loudly at 2 a.m. Really enjoyed that. Yes, the mattress sonata. Yeah, that is... I had that, when I went to university, I had a neighbor, like, she did that. She copulated, to put it like that. She had her windows wide open, but that woke me up in the night, because at first I thought it was a woman screaming because she was hurt. And no, that wasn't that. And because of that, I couldn't fall back asleep because they were really loud. It was, even with my windows closed, I just couldn't. And the problem was, next morning I had an exam. Oh yeah, that's Murphy's Law again. It happened. Of course it happens when you have an exam and you have to get up early, and not when, I don't know, say day, like today, tonight. Don't have to get up early tomorrow. Some people just being stompers, you'd think they do it on purpose. Well, right now I am the upstairs neighbor, so I do wonder. Oh, still no shiny, nope. I mean, they never complained, they never said anything. And usually I'm not known to be very loud with anything. And I mean, I did ask myself, I think they should have heard me when I do my vocal trainings, because you do need to change the loudness of your voice, to kind of experiment with that, to learn how to sing. And sometimes you make some really weird noises when you do some vocal training, like the nasal voice. There's something that you do to train your sinus resonance rooms. Ah, that's not good. I'll do it again. But yeah, you're basically going nee, nee, nee. You know, with the piano, and you try to keep up, and that is a part of my vocal training, and I'm like wondering what do my neighbors think what I'm doing. You make the stupidest kind of noises then. Or like to relax your larynx, you have to, I don't know, go like oh, oh, and I don't know, does my neighbor think I'm into whale copulation or something like that? Well, I've never gotten any complaints, so I assume I'm not too loud with that, but it is pretty funny, the noises, the types of noises you have to make for vocal training, to train all your singing voices. Yeah, I got to hear the loud thumping and moan, and that makes one want to read the Bible. Imagine you holding the cross there until it's done. Yeah, babe, sorry, I'm gonna be moaning loud tonight during sex. It's part of my vocal training. The best thing is if they have a really old mattress, and the mattress sometimes is like the loudest thing, it just doesn't stop. And some, I mean, back when I lived in Trier in Germany, when I went to university, the neighbor that I had above me, she always vacuumed in really early hours, which luckily I didn't really hear those too much, because usually during these times I was at university. But when I was sick or at home during these days, then she's at like 7 a.m, 8 a.m. she's vacuuming the place, changing furniture around. That was really loud. There's also some neighbor around here where I live who has a very... they have very loud, untrained dogs, which I don't mind. An animal is gonna be an animal. And of course they're gonna do noises, but sometimes they just are very loud around like 1 a.m. or very late at 10, 11. And we have children that live around where I live, which isn't, I mean, they have school and others have to go to work. It's just, I mean, there's even neighbors that have threatened to sue them, apparently. I mean, I just heard that from others. But that didn't stop the dog. The most annoying thing has to be when your roommate comes home from a party with a girl and you know what you're gonna have to sleep through, but you don't know if you have the strength to do it. Luckily enough, I never had roommates, so didn't have to go through that, but that was definitely something I heard a lot from colleagues, university. Alright, 5 seconds remaining. Let's see if I hit anything good. And what do I get? What do I get? I get a shiny gloom, alright. Alright, 40 minutes in, and that is the first shiny. A accidental shiny gloom, level 29. Okay, well, I'll still attempt to capture it, of course. 29 should be, I think, this. And you fled. Oh, come on. How mean. Oh well, let's try again. It's a Safar-Zone, what do you expect? Of course. So many failed shinies. But yeah, my neighbors are loud, like horribly so. I hope they moved out this year. Honestly, hope they found somewhere else to live. Well, that already says everything I need to know. So they're definitely loud then. It's also, sometimes they just build things. I mean, they should build apartments so that you don't really hear what the other one is doing. You're lucky you didn't have roommates. I have 3. Oh, you currently have 3. Are you good with them, or is it like a situation you'd prefer to have different roommates? I've seen some friendships destroyed by people becoming roommates. There's girls I knew who were really good friends, and then they decided to be roommates for university so they could share on the rent. And oh wow, I don't know, something happened and they don't talk to each other anymore. Those are girls I mean, I know I'm not friends with them, but... Hey there, Alex, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Happy Oddish Day. Happy Oddish Day to you as well. Hopefully you're doing good. Great to see my Patreons in the chat. Nah, this is America. Gotta make sure those walls are made of paper and air. Well, that just might sound like something from a Japanese old house with the paper walls. That's actually why they had love hotels. Did you know that? They had that because the paper walls were so thin in Japan that you could basically hear everything across the wall. Which, I mean, also as someone who does the act and the one who listens or can hear the act, that's just really awkward. Let's be open about this, it is. So I definitely see the appeal of a love hotel in this regard. So you can go somewhere where you're not disturbed and you don't disturb anyone else. Missed the beginning, was watching F1. Oh, are you watching the Formula 1? Who are you rooting for? Well, you didn't really miss any shinies. I mean, around minute 40 of the stream, so 4 minutes ago, I did manage to get a accidental shiny gloom, but you know what happens. Of course, it flees. I'm a big fan for 25 years. Have missed half a season. I mean, at what season are they now? Doesn't that exist for a very long time? Oh, you watched 2 races today. So, was it... Did the guys win who you wanted to win? Living with 3 others is just hard. And sometimes good friends aren't necessarily good roommates. Yeah, what I suspect happened is that they just had completely different modus operandi, as in maybe one of them was really dirty and the other one was a clean freak. I mean, that would have been a clash. And of course that's not gonna work out. The clean freak is gonna be freaked out by the mess, and the messy is gonna be freaked out by the cleaning. One race guys win, one race guys lose. Oh well. Isn't it a point system? No, that is a normal boring gloom. But it's good that you can watch the F1. That's good to see that you could do that undisturbed by stupid warmongers. I've heard the beach where you're from, Alex. I mean, it is a naval or a city with a port. And I've seen some pictures from years before where Ukrainians that I know went to that beach and looked nice, and I knew I wanted to go there, but right now is a very bad, really bad time. Oh, there's a lot of planes bothering you. Oh. At least you're gonna be safe in the shelter. One of my roommates doesn't do the dishes or clean up after themselves. I'm fine with not necessarily keeping up your own room, that's your choices, but please keep the universal spaces clean. Yeah, that's... I've seen, like, I went to people's places to study with them in groups, and how some people lived, oh jeez, like, everything was really freaking dirty. One point I had to go to the toilet, but the bathroom was so disgusting, I just held it in the whole time. And I waited until I was at home and went to the toilet there because, oh my god, someone never got taught how to clean a toilet or bathroom. Which, I mean, that is kind of the fault, or it is the fault of a lot of parents. They just never bother doing that, teaching their children that. Especially, I've noticed, and I don't mean this in a bad way, a lot of men don't seem to know these basic skills. At least that's my opinion or my experience, not a fact or truth. It's just I've come across a lot of men who, you know, when it was roommates with men, it was just really freaking dirty. But as soon as there was one girl or one woman, then it was really clean, or at least the woman's room was clean. What beach once again? I think it's close to where you are from, but I can't remember the name. I'd have to look on Facebook, but I don't know if it's still on there. Point system in F1. First 10 finished cars get points from 25 to 1, and there are 24 races this season. Also a couple of bonus points for the fastest lap, and special quick sprint races. Americans bought F1 about 5 years ago and are trying to turn it into a show. Okay, oh, I didn't even know about that, and it goes much interesting to watch. Oh, so it does work. They managed to turn F1 into something more interesting. Is it still held at the same place? Wasn't that Monte Carlo? I went there. I was at Monte Carlo a couple of times. Not to see a race, I was there because it's in Monaco, and I went to Monaco multiple times. Probably Lanzaron Beach in Odessa. It was a famous... Lanzaron. Yeah, I think so. That does ring a bell. Yeah, apparently that is a nice destination. Can't say for sure because I've never been to the Ukraine, unfortunately. I always wanted to go, but well, you know, not a good time right now. God, don't even get me started on disgusting bathrooms. As someone who has lived in the male side of a dorm in one of the United States' biggest universities, you've never seen unclean. Oh, you mean you've seen things you needed bleach for your eyes to forget about that? The most disgusting things I've seen were in documentaries about hoarders, but to be fair, while I did feel disgusted at some of the things or like the states they live in, I can't help but have empathy for these people, because hoarding is a mental illness, and yeah, I mean, there's some certain problems that could have been treated before it became that. This week Monaco, yeah, but I watch old races. Australia and Japan were... Oh, okay. So there were ones in Australia and Japan. There were a couple of months ago. See, I basically know absolutely nothing. Not absolutely, but practically nothing about F1. I just know there was a guy who, Schumacher, that was his family name, and he drove for Ferrari. That was a guy who, when I was a kid, he was very popular. At least a lot of people I knew who watched F1, they always watched his races. It's always a problem to write Cyrillic names in English. People always read it wrong, or I write them wrong. Yeah, I mean, I could maybe, if you write it in Cyrillic, I'd have to look up how it's pronounced. Because that is, I mean, I know a lot of languages, but not that. Definitely not. The hairy shower was a term I coined to describe a shower in this said dorm. You can imagine what I meant by that. Yeah, the hairy shower, that is already self-explanatory. Definitely. Yeah, that I have the picture in my head, and I'm trying to get it out again. He did 5 world championships with Ferrari, but there was also his brother Rolf in the other team. BMW, as I remember. Oh yeah, didn't he have a brother who also participated? I've completely forgot about that. And there was some Finnish guy who my dad rooted for, but I also forgot his name. I think he drove for Mercedes-Benz, but I'm not sure. I knew one girl, I don't know if she still does it. I haven't met her in over 10 years at this point, but I do remember there was a girl who she told me she only watched F1 for the accidents. And I mean, at least she was honest with me, even though that is kind of creepy. But I can't blame her. I'm sometimes also very morbidly curious. I wonder, sometimes I wonder if she still does it. I don't know how many accidents happen in F1. I mean, it is a high-risk sport. So of course, at one point, or sooner or later, it's gonna happen. And I do know there has been some accidents that weren't as that were extreme, as in fatal. For one split second, I thought I got a shiny oddish. There are accidents sometimes, but they did a big work on safety last year. Oh, that's good. Depositing my Umbreon, I don't need it anymore, and depositing things on the PC does not impact your frames at all. Just like saving here doesn't do it, which is nice. It's been 2 years, I can't ever get it out. The hairy shower is here to stay forever. The hairy shower, the sushi pizza, there are things in this world, I tell you. Things that aren't meant to exist. And yet, they do. To the horror of many. And now I'm also trying to get that image out of my head, my hairy shower. Especially nasty if it's not just, you know, head hair, but if the dude or the woman, I know, I mean that is also very unhygienic if it's chock full of hair from a woman. 9 years without lethal accidents. Much safer to drive now. Oh, it's been 9 years. Very good. I do wonder how they did it. Did they change the cars they were in, or did they give some kind of protection to the drivers? Did they have any innovations in that aspect, or did they even maybe change a bit how the racetracks look like? I do see a lot of ways how safety could have been made more of a priority. I have enough hair to shock your shower. Yeah, I have, I know one friend, he's basically, he has, his arm hair is like the hair on his head. But, I mean, I don't mind. That's just a normal thing humans do. I don't mind body hair at all. Even in men, I like it even. But, I mean, I don't want you to be full of it. I don't mind either way. Even if not a lot or a lot, I don't care. It's just something that men, I mean, there's a spectrum of that. And I don't care, it's just a thing a man can or can't have. But at least I know from him that if he takes a shower, he always cleans everything up after himself. Because his roommates, where he studied, they really liked him. He was the only one who did it. The other two guys didn't do it. I've heard some horror stories of roommates. Oh, Kaiser Karmazin, that's a very specific topic, but have you ever heard or come across the name, the Final Fantasy House? Because that is a rabbit hole, let me tell you, if you haven't heard about it. Probably one of the worst, it features one of the worst roommates you could possibly have. But I already had enough images in my head when I once made the terrible mistake of scrolling down a Reddit post that basically asked what were your worst roommates. There we go, accidental shiny Rhyhorn, sure. Well, will this one stay or will it flee? I already have one. I already have multiple in fact, but I don't mind any other ones. Oh, there we go, and we got it, nice. Actually, a shiny icon that didn't flee, and I can actually keep it, nice. Right, so let's put you in the PC. And then I'm going to... What am I gonna take? I need someone with suction cups. That should be right here. Either one of you, yeah. Marino, why not? A shiny. I'm gonna need it for the should I hunt the Sea King? So that Rhyhorn I got was level 29. Okay. That is the frame that I've hit. Should have been, yeah, pretty much. Save again, just in case. They added a thing called Halo, a curved bar placed above the driver's head to protect it. And it's also changed speed limits during yellow flags. Okay, the Halo thing has to be sarcastic because I think that is after they're done with a lethal accident. Or do they actually have something that cushions? Didn't shave for 3 days and already basically had a beard. I hate body hair, I don't want to grow it that fast. Never heard of the Final Fantasy house, and I'm afraid my imagination is not even close to encapsulating how bad it is. Yeah, it's really bad, trust me. It's not only disgusting, but it's also what you mentioned with constantly having to endure copulation noises. And imagine everything smelled of a combination of sweat and not having showered for years. And pink fairy dust thing, perfume. And yeah, everything being super dirty. Your two roommates being in some kind of weird made up Tumblr cult. And one of them basically being in control of your life, like waking you up in the middle of the night, saying what you can and can't buy. That's basically the Final Fantasy house. If you know the YouTuber Frederick Knudsen, or maybe also known as Down the Rabbit Hole, he made a video about the so-called Final Fantasy house, and yeah. That is definitely a thing. That is a rabbit hole. Absolutely. Yeah, right after a lethal accident. Yeah, if they've been nice, right? If they haven't, well. I did hear that body hair is a kind of, some men complained how fast and quickly it comes back. I mean, me being a very cis woman, I never had to deal with that. I mean, I do have body hair like every single other person does. Can't believe these X posts about some that went viral about some man going, why does that woman have like fine hair in her face? And I'm just wondering, wait, did you never see your mom up close? Everyone has very faint hair everywhere. That's just how humans are. Even females, even women have that. I despise people not showering. Oh, if they... especially grievous when you are somewhere where it's super hot, very warm, and you are in a crowd that's densely packed, so you can't exactly escape or go away very quickly, and then it's, you know, that one person like that is in your vicinity. That's just, oh, very bad. Bro, it takes 10 to 20 minutes at most. It's not that bad. I do wonder if some people are just so sweaty, or they sweat so fast that they just can't help it, and once they're out of the shower, it starts over again. Which, I mean, some of them, I bet, didn't really have a choice. And maybe it's a health condition or hormonal imbalance or anything of that kind. Let's see. I want my Pinsir, and I will get my Pinsir. Oh, well, I should have said I want a shiny one. Too bad. Try again. This is how freedom smells. Okay, now the neighbors outside have calmed down. There was a neighbor here who burned pieces of wood or a plant tree, and unfortunately it just came, like the wind just pushed the smoke right into my apartment as I was trying to open the window just to let some fresh air in. That's almost like, that's like rolling a 1 when you have the prompt open the window for some fresh air. That's what happens when you roll a 1. Freedom from a shower, more like that. That by taxes go to ensuring the military's guns, not keeping my cities clean. It's just the price of freedom. Yeah. It's the price of freedom. You know, I've heard there's some moons, especially the moon of Saturn called Titan. They have some oil, so maybe spread some freedom and democracy over there. I know your military likes that. I do have a sweat problem, so I'll always have to smell later in the day, burning, trying my best to be clean. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just not your fault, right? I can definitely understand or have empathy that, especially men, that's just a fact that men sweat more. I mean, what are you going to do about it? That's just a fact, and especially people who work in the sun, of course, they're gonna be smelly. So with that, I have no problem. Of course, weapons aren't all bad, but in times of peace, most of my taxes still go to the American military. Oh, it's like $1 trillion economy at this point. Trillion. Imagine if we had that money and we put it into space research or just medicine, any kind of research. We'd have quantum supercomputers in everyone's house right now. And tokamaks providing energy at a very low cost. That's the reason of peace? You mean the reason that there's so many weapons around? That force peace to come into being? Is that what you mean, Alex? Despite what Americans might say, most of our wars aren't fought for democracy or freedom. Yeah, I said that facetiously before. They are fought because war makes money. Yeah, war is very profitable. Unfortunately, that is the truth. For every war where weapons go, people who need them. Many weapons are the reason for peace. Yes, but I would also say that the weapons are reason for the peace breaking up. They can be both. Such as Ukraine and Middle East wars that don't need to exist. Yeah, that was a massive waste of resources. Come on, I want my Pinsir. Jeez. Really bad lately. But still, the short suggestion is off the table, Alex. Definitely not taking shots before the stream. Someone like me who has basically zero alcohol tolerance, I think I'm gonna be like, welcome, hey viewer, I'm gonna... no, I don't know how I'm gonna react, but I don't want to find out. Definitely not. And I don't condone taking these substances here. Definitely not. Ukraine was third in the world by number of nuclear bombs in world. In 1992 we had a lot of ballistic launch systems. We destroyed it all because we are not, as Soviets, we don't want war. Yeah, that's noble. I'm also not a fan. Luxembourg just increased its military budget. Yes, Luxembourg has a military, and yes, that's very funny. Maybe we have 1,000 soldiers, that's maybe it. I don't even know, I couldn't even tell you. But, you know, they say when it comes to cheap housing for everyone, oh, there's no money for that, but they do have billions of euros for military for a country that's not even as big as, well, yeah, it's like a micronation. For that, the money is there, but not for cheap housing, so, you know, people like my husband and I, we can live without becoming bankrupt. And then the government asks you like, oh, you're not having kids. Why is anyone having kids? Well, I can't even afford myself. How am I going to afford kids? And no way am I going to put a child into the world just to get government benefits. That would be very irresponsible. I'm not gonna do that. I believe Ukraine even has a lot of their nuclear weapons to the Russians for guaranteed their sovereignty. Oh yeah, I've read something about that. Didn't they have a deal like that? Never be infringed upon so much for that. Oh, it's like the Brexit deal. Remember when the UK or England said, "Oh yeah, Scotland, vote Remain in the UK, then you will remain in the EU," and then they just backstabbed them and went the other way. Exactly the opposite. F Russia and Putin especially, what a horrible man. Yeah, definitely he would be, his name and his face, wouldn't that be perfect for the Death Note? No, this sounds grim, but there's definitely some people, if they didn't exist anymore, that would be a net positive in the world. I know this kind of pains me to say that, honestly, but it's unfortunate that it's true. The Garants were US and China too. Russia betrayed us, China betrayed us, US trying to help. Oh, okay, so there were more than one Garant, okay. China betrayed you as well? Oh well, I mean, yeah. That's the reason US military budget will be chaotic without it. Yeah, that's unfortunately true. Hey there, Arch, welcome back to the stream. Very tired? Hey, I mean, if you prefer taking a nap or just going to sleep. Oh, there we go, accidental shiny Dodrio. But yeah, what I said before, if you feel like taking a nap, go ahead. Okay, will I get this one? So what did I get? A level 29 Dodrio, and it fled. Of course, of course. Well, it's not like that is a big problem, honestly, but... Okay, I hit this frame. Oh, that's kind of long shot of the 15,168. So let's try again. UK was in that deal. UK is helping too, as a lot of European countries too. Oh, you just woke up from a nap? I see, that's why you're tired. You're not... The brain .exe hasn't started yet. You have cities in the US that have a bigger square mileage than Luxembourg. Yeah, that's true. And now they invest billions of euros into a military that's minuscule. And for what? They're also massively like doing advertising for people to join the military in Luxembourg. It's just insane. Russians have a lot of drones because of China selling them a lot of technologies. Yeah, I've heard that before. Is that how they... but that's not the only way they betrayed, so to speak, Ukraine. Man, imagine a world where there were no wars. Just scientific progress. I mean, really, how much money could we have if no one participated in any war whatsoever? That would be trillions at this point. Or even more, honestly. Last thing I heard, my girlfriend was in driving school, so I'm just watch until dinner until she gets back. I see. Good luck with the driving school. Some companies are behaving bad too, as Nvidia. Nvidia is working with Russian military production on AI to make drones that can kill without a guy with remote, just AI. This is how we get Black Mirror things. I mean, this is just dystopian nightmare fuel. And of course, knowing how AI works right now, it's gonna go really freaking wrong at some point. If there's no war, I'll call this world parallel universe. I mean, given a infinite or very large amount of parallel universes, probably in one of them there's gonna be a Earth where there's humans with no war, without war. But that's just a very nerdy comment. Dismiss it. Black Mirror is already here. Yeah, unfortunately it is. UK and much of Western Europe is part of the NATO, which is likely why they are helping as the US as well. Yeah, Luxembourg is also now starting to help much more. I mean, we are part of NATO as well. Very EP on. I'm not in the mood for war and stuff talk, so I'm just gonna do my own thing. Hey, we can talk about something else. Yeah, that's true. Definitely. I mean, we talked about war plenty of times already. Is there anything you would prefer us talking about? Parallel world without war, an infinite amount of worlds with war. Drones again. Yeah, always that politic trap, isn't it? That, or how someone perishes, or something with copulation, or... And really, you're stretching my vocabulary here. I really have to sometimes... How do I say that word without saying it explicitly? But that's good. Then I become more loquacious. Let's see. Come on. I sense a Pinsir. And a Pinsir is what I don't get. That would have been nice. I'm gonna go back to watching Jujutsu Kaisen. How far are you into Jujutsu Kaisen? Alright. Should I give it a watch? I never watched it, so... I'm very picky when it... Not just a picky eater, but I'm also picky when it comes to media I consume. Which I don't know if that's a curse or a blessing. Really think the Ukraine war will spiral into World War III? Oh, I hope not. I really, 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 really hope not. France wants to send volunteer troops to Ukraine, and all it takes is for a few of these soldiers to die in France to enact NATO Article 5. Remind me what NATO Article 5 is again? Episode 2, because I was watching it with my friend. Ah, so you started watching it recently. So pretty much at the beginning. Okay, just googled it. Okay, that is the act. Okay, Article 5. So if someone attacks, will take action deems necessary to assist the ally attacked. Oh boy, I mean, we can't do that. That would be the dumbest thing ever. Remember what Einstein said about the way the World War III or 4 is gonna be fought? Episode 2 of Season 1, so very much in the beginning. Okay, so apparently it is good. Is it on, where are you watching it on? Did you go the Pirate Bay? Or do you watch it on Netflix or Crunchyroll or something similar? I'd recommend it if you're into action animes. It's entertaining, one of my recent favorite animes because of how good the animation is. Oh, I'm always there for good animation, so that would definitely be interesting for my husband as well, who is an animator. Oh, you're watching it on Crunchyroll? Article 5. If a member of NATO is attacked, then it's as if all members are attacked. Yeah. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Just 100 years after the second one, we have to do the stupid third one again? No. Please. Imagine WW3 comes out before Half-Life 3. What an abomination. This is why God has left us. I'm just in the mood for nyam purr. Oh, that's a very cat thing to say. Are you sure it's not your cat typing? But mrups will be appreciated, definitely. It's a war justification for all members of NATO. Basically, if France enacted it, all of NATO would be pulled in. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't care about spoilers, honestly, but maybe Arch does. Or Arch's cat does. Meow. Five seconds, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want a Pinsir, please. A shiny one. That's not a Pinsir and it's not shiny. Spoiler bad. Cat good. Yes, cat is very good. The interior design looks very 70s, doesn't it? No, stop moving, NPCs. You keep messing up my frames. Of course this had to happen. Do it again, because this advances way too much. Meow, meow, meow. Help. How may I help you? I need help as well, but how may I help you? Okay, this time please without any encounters that mess up my frames. And then tomorrow I'm gonna change the bike again, and then it's gonna be area 4. Until now, no shiny oddish. Very bizarre, very suspect indeed. I thought I'd have 5 by now, but yeah, I don't even, like lately I'm not even good enough to get the accidental oddish frames. Pick me up, mortal, I am from the Egyptian bloodline. Yeah, nothing has changed during these thousands of years. They worshipped cats and put pictures of them on a wall, and now we're doing that just as much. We just do it digitally now. Why have I been cursed with a cat allergy? Really unfair. Didn't really get the best role there when I created myself in the character maker. But to be fair, this game that they call real life, it's been 13.7 billion years and yet still no update. We don't even know if there is an administrator in all of this. And I mean, there's no contact. Really bad game design. I'm not in the mood for War 2, definitely. Yeah, let's talk about something else. We too cute, you must avoid our cuteness. Cats, avoidance, no. I don't avoid cats, I want to see them all. I've just been called to jury duty for the 5th time in a year. Oh, jury as in jury in a court? Don't know anyone else who has to do it. Could you maybe, if you want to, explain what you mean? So you have a duty to be part of a jury? And what kind would that be? I assume in a court where there's a jury in that decides for certain things. But how do you even start being having jury duty? I assume you don't just get that randomly assigned, that there has to be some kind of process where they pick you. And judging by the emojis you used, Kaiser Karmazin, I assume you don't like doing that. Yeah, sorry, I've been late. I've been working on updates in real life, but I've been busy. And now, all welcome to the shiny... Nothing. Oh. I mean, 13.7 billion years, that's a long time being busy. I really wonder what God is doing up there. I have a complaint to God. I want to see the manager. Nah, I don't know if I can sound like a Karen. I don't even have the haircut for that. Yeah, jury as in court in the US, random people are called to serve in a jury for some sort of case. It's just silly. It's like 5 days of waking up and being part of a jury. Do you get paid for that, or is it without any financial compensation? So they just get randomly picked? Isn't that bad? Because then you might get people that are prejudiced against a certain group that wouldn't have someone like that on the jury. You get in the pool as soon as you're 18. It's random. Everyone can be randomly chosen. Oh, is that a thing that's only in specific states? Because I've never actually heard of that. But then again, I'm not American, so of course I never was subjected to this. Turkish apple tea. Excellent. Oh, that was it. Oh well. Don't forget to get hydrated. So I learned yet another thing about the US. Yes, I assume it's everywhere. Or maybe it's just in specific states. I update to make class swap tokens and add gender potion for Terraria. And also remove allergies to cat, dog and all animals by removing fears of them. That would be a nice update. Geez, still no Pinsir. I'm really not hitting it well. You don't want to meet God's manager, trust me. Yeah, maybe I don't. I mean, if you make a universe like that, you're probably not in the right headspace. Probably some kind of eldritch abomination that I don't want to know in the first place. Gender potion is cool, but you need a lot of flour. So there's I mean, I never played Terraria, so I wouldn't know. But as I understand it, Arch, there is a gender potion that you can just swap gender with that. Nope, every state is basically the same on this, and yes, people can be very prejudiced, so they have to do interviews to make sure they aren't. Okay, at least there's that. You do get paid, but it's minimum wage. Well, at least you get something. Is that the job that you said you're going to do? So was that what you were referring to, or is that something else? I mean, you don't need to tell me if you don't feel like doing it. I mean, at least you get paid. Can't really... If it would be like you need to go there and you're not even paid, that would be really bad, but... Okay, let's see. And there we go, shiny Oddish. Still managed to show up after all. I was wondering where you were. It's been like 1.5 an hour, I mean. Are you still there? Let me come closer. And it still didn't flee, nice. I assume I hit this frame. Again, I can't really be absolutely sure, but I'm just gonna act like I do. And I got it. I caught the shiny Oddish, which really... Why do I always catch ones that I already have 1,000,000 times? And when once should I get the Pinsir, just not probably gonna run away again. So second shiny for today that I actually caught. Rhyhorn Oddish. And then let's try again. It's only verse, that's Weed, yep. Weed just got caught. No, jury duty is just a random thing, not a job. I work at a pizza place. Ah, I see, okay. But hopefully you're not sending out sushi pizza, because if you do, my Italian family will be looking for you. It's not gonna be nice. So yet another shiny Oddish. I really don't know where to put them. I have way too many of them. At this point, if any of you wants one, just tell me. I won't ask money for them. I have so many of them. It's getting ridiculous. Technically, in my state, they only have to pay you $50 per day in attendance. So technically, I'm losing a lot of money doing this. Oh no. Oh boy. Would make around $80 working a day, so I'm losing a lot of money. Oh, that's very unfortunate. So if you compare it like that, yeah. Sushi pizza, give it to me, mortal. Oh, wanna eat that? Wanna eat sushi pizza? Arch, no! I mean, sure, if he wants to taste the taste of hell. Oh, he does want to. Well, then go ahead. No, I won't be stopping you. Never make sushi pizza. It'd be morally great. I may be morally grey, but I'm not that despicable. You'd think in America that would be more common of a thing. But apparently no, that was a thing that existed in one restaurant. I even forgot the name. But it was in a episode of Kitchen Nightmares. These videos, and the person, whoever is running the Kitchen Nightmares or the YouTube channel, they know what they're doing with all the memes, and you basically just watch the same videos over and over and over again, and then some compilation. You've all seen the episodes. You know what's gonna happen, but you still watch them. These clever geniuses. Oh, and I don't do this. I can be arrested, so I have to lose money. Oh, that really sucks. So you don't have a choice. But how come you've been selected for 5 times in a year, like the 5th time in a year? I feel I'm already so demonic that I'm going to hell, so it's not that bad. Oh, you're already predestined to go there. Going to the shadow world like in Yu-Gi-Oh! But I assume it's not for long, the jury duty, so it's probably like a week at most, I assume. I mean, it could be much worse by the fact if you wouldn't get paid, but also the displacement, that I bet that costs money a lot as well. You have to go there, and knowing America, you can't really take a bus or train. You have to go by car, I assume. And then you probably don't get the parking paid. So you have to pay as well. Oh, and there we go, a Dodrio this time. All right, let's let's try. Would be nice getting a Pinsir for once, but for some reason, and I got the Dodrio. Okay, sure. Shiny Dodrio caught. Okay, so let's put that one in the PC box. So that's the 3rd one that we've gotten. Not too bad. Definitely not too bad. And let's save. Life ain't fair, sadly. Sadly, yeah. Alright, let's do this. Pinsir, here I come. while I look for Pinsir, I'll check if, or what, the Safar-Zone, which frame gives me seeking. Alright, so that's a bit of a later frame then. I need to exchange that then. Okay. What about the other one? Okay, now we're in area 3. Let's try for the Pinsir. While I'll check in the Pokéfinder program, what else? The Golduck. Oh, that would be that frame. Alright, so the Golduck would be 15,228 and Seeking would be a bit later. What about the Pinsir? Does it have any other frames that are a bit nearer? Okay, 15,219. I guess. Well, I can always interchangeably do it. Well, yeah, there's still some shinies that I haven't gotten yet. Namely, not only the Pinsir, but also the Golduck. I'd say pretty okay, or at least in this gen it's a nice shiny. I think I'm gonna... Let's see. Area 3, Golduck. Can I get a quirky one? No. Okay, never mind. Then it's gonna be an adamant. Guys, would you pick a little dragon boy? He is ferocious. I'm gonna burn. Always with these emojis with the... How do you even call that face with the 3? It's a face very commonly shown in anime. Alright, I'm gonna head to work, so I'll see you guys next stream. Thanks again as always. Yeah, thank you for being part of the stream, and hopefully see you tomorrow. So have a good one, Kaiser comes in. Maybe, or I will numb. So you're a bad dragon, that's what you're saying. Or I need to put these things that on you that they put on dogs. What are they called again? So that they can bite. A muzzle? I think it's called a muzzle. Can't even really see the dragon in your icon arch because the icons or the avatars here are just so freaking small. Omni, yeah? What did I do wrong this time? What did I say? No, I genuinely don't know. What did I say that was wrong? Is it the muzzle thing? Let's see, what do I get now? I get a shiny Pinsir! Alright. I get it this time, hopefully. Let's give it a very good, red, tasty Pokeblock. Don't flee. Okay. Let's throw a ball. Please stay in the ball. Please. No! Okay, still there. I'm gonna throw another one just to be absolutely sure. Let's try the 11 one. Level 11. come on, and please don't flee. Please, 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 please. Okay, okay. Stay in the ball. Stay in the ball. Yeah, no. Still there. Okay, come on. It's been like 3 weeks at this point. No. Still there. Come on, stay in the Pokeball. Can you please? 1, 2, 3. No, that was so close. Oh, it's still there. Oh, come on. This is trolling me. Why am I doing this stupid Safari thing anyway? Come on. No. It's still there. Just to taunt me. To hear my woes. Not woe. Come on. Stay in the ball, please. God, that lack of control that you have in the Safari-Zone just drives you insane. No! I thought I had it for a second. Oh, come on. Stop trolling me, you blue bug. No! I'm still there, still looking at me. Still looking at the sprite. And I don't have it yet. 1. No. No. Oh, come on. Okay, 20 Pokeballs left. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Should I give it another Pokeblock? I don't know. Let's just throw another ball and hope this works. 19 Pokeballs left. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Finally! God! That was like 3 weeks! Finally I've gotten the shiny Pinsir. Finally! Oh! What was that? Just trolling me. Oh, I'm gonna save immediately. Finally. Don't search off bad dragon. Also, my PFP isn't a dragon. Oh, Arch, you know what you just did? Now I kind of want to know what it is, but... when you tell me I shouldn't look it up, maybe I shouldn't. You're right. I do wonder, is it like a really bad fanfic? And yeah, the Pinsir is now... Finally, it's caught. Jeez. Okay. Well, that was really trolly. Right, so the next thing that I'm going to go for now is gonna be the Golduck. Ah, finally, I'm just gonna save again just to be absolutely sure. There we go. Alright, let's go for the Golduck. It's a company. Okay. Oh wait, I think I can imagine what it is. Alright. Sorry, that wasn't intentional, definitely not. I'm too innocent for this, sorry. Ah, such a good thing. I'm so happy now that I've gotten the Pinsir. Now all that's left is the Golduck and the Seaking. So let's see if I can get those at least. Alright, now we're in area 3 and the lake where you can get the Golduck is to the right here. And then let's hope for the best. I can hold you back, just trust me, play Pokemon is better. I believe you, I just believe you. You know, I'm very morbidly curious, but still I should maybe not look everything up that gets suggested. I don't think that's such a good idea. Boy, I'll just continue now. Did plan on originally streaming until like for 10 minutes, but now that I finally gotten the Pinsir. I definitely got some motivation now, and I'm definitely more awake now as well. So I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna stream until before midnight my time. So let's try for at least 20 more minutes and see what I can get. Maybe I can actually be done with Area 3. Who knows? I mean, sure, the Golduck can still appear and troll and then not get caught. But I'll stay positive. I got the Pinsir. That's what I really wanted for today. Dinner ready? Well then enjoy your meal, Arch. Right, I'm gonna strike through. Oh, the ink is low. That's not good. There we go. I have a list here of specific things that I definitely want. Can also get a Magikarp here, but I think I've already gotten a Magikarp, at least from Area 2, which is basically the same as this one. And in the next area is gonna be also very interesting. Area 5, as in surfing, will have Whooper, which I can also get. Meryl, which, sure, I can go for. And Quagsire, I don't get. Okay. What about a quirky one? No. Unfortunate, but can't really change that. But, the next areas do have very interesting Pokemon. So you can already get ready for a Sunkern, Mareep, Aipom, Spinarak, Hoot, Snubbull, Stantler, and Gligar. That's gonna be Area 5. And Area 6 gonna also have Aipom. It's gonna have Teddiursa as well. Sunkern, Ledaba, Hoot, Pineco, Houndour, and Miltank. Which I'm all gonna attempt to get. Let's see how fast I'm gonna be with all of these. Let's see what I get now. A normal Psyduck, that's boring. Houndour is also a really nice shiny. It's a very good blue. Pineco is... I mean, I prefer the evolution, I prefer the original colors, but I mean, the shiny is definitely noticeable. So many shinies that I never had that I'm gonna get. And who knows, maybe you will also be one of those who will have one. I forgot, I set it to surf. So yeah, let me go onto the water and try for the Golduck. And still with the Super Rod, I do believe that there's some other interesting things. A Remoraid, true, Remoraid, I can get a Remoraid. No Octillery. Well, really late, but maybe I could try. There's a method that you could use in Emerald only, called the battle video method. If you have a frame like this, that's like 263,920. That's a very long wait. That's gonna be I think at least an hour. That's way too long to raid white, so that would not be feasible. I mean, it would, but it would be ridiculous. So what you do is you, if you replay the video that you saved, from a Battle Frontier facility, it automatically advances to that frame that you had when you entered that battle. So you can jump frames, and if I play for about an hour or whatever, how much this is, I don't know what it is. I don't need that. I couldn't calculate that in my head right now, but let's say this would be exactly 1 hour. Then I could play the game for exactly 1 hour. Go into a battle like that, do whatever, win or lose, and then I save that battle as a video, and once that is done, I'd go to the Safar-Zone, I'd activate or like let the video play, and then I do the reset. That is definitely doable. I mean, I'm a Blissey has done it as well. I just never have done the battle video method. So I would have to do some tries before. But that'd definitely be a interesting thing, because this encounter slot 4, I tend to get shinies very late. That would also be Wailord, among other things. So it'd be interesting to try, definitely. But right now I'm looking for a Golduck. It's gonna be Adamant, which... not a good nature, not really, but we're not here for good natures, we're here for shinies. And anyway, you can change the at least you can change the nature, but you can change it so that it is competitively viable with mints. That's a very good thing they recently introduced. Okay, let's see what I get. And what do I get? I get something very boring, unfortunately. And the chat has turned very silent. Okay, back to area 3. The Safar-Zone thing will definitely go on for a long while, I would say. I mean, with the RNG being as it is, with Pokemon vehemently fleeing sometimes, feels like it. But hopefully this time I'll get a Golduck, and if I do, then it doesn't immediately flee. I haven't gotten a shiny Golduck yet. But maybe tonight, who knows. Gonna definitely stream for a little while. Okay, so I do get a Seeking on this frame, apparently. I thought the earliest was gonna be... oh well, maybe I wrote it down without considering the synchronizer. So I could definitely go more in between. Do I want a Golduck or a Seeking? Can't believe that I've finally gotten the Pinsir. Now I can rest in peace. Nah, there's so much more I want. Pinsir is beautiful. Oh, the shiny, definitely it's a really nice shiny, and what really is the best part about it is that you can use the Mega Evolution in the should you transfer to these games where Mega Evolution is a part of the game. Oh crap! That reminds me. I still need to do the Nintendo thing. Not Nintendo, sorry. Pretendo. Nintendo is something else. Because the 3DS services have unfortunately been shut down. So that's the only way, it's a fan-made or fan-started server. That's the only way to use the 3DS online services right now. There was one bug with Pretendo, so it was unable to register Pretendo account. Oh, so maybe that was the reason why I couldn't make an account, because I ran into trouble. It wouldn't work, and I did wonder why. Let's see. Let this be the Golduck, please, the shiny one. Okay, I get a shiny. I still get a shiny duck, but not the one I came for. Shiny Psyduck, everyone. Well, let's see, will this one flee? Well, still there. Oh, these accidental shinies, man. And it fled, of course. So it was level 27. What frame did I hit? I think this one. Yeah, that looks like I hit this one. What a shame. Oh well. I have a couple already. Appeared a couple days ago because Pretendo used some Nintendo thing for that and Nintendo shut that thing down. It's hard for me to understand how things work there and how they're combined. Okay. I mean, I did try it a week ago and it didn't work. Yeah, I thought I did something wrong. And the account creation just wouldn't work. I mean, why it is needed some Nintendo Online service to register Pretendo account. Oh, so you do need a I did it with a website, yes. You do need a Nintendo account to register with Pretendo. I do think that you need one, yes. Why it is needed? I mean, so you have access to your account, I guess. I would like to use my old Nintendo Network account because, I mean, that's what I've been using all this time. But yeah, I did ran into trouble. No, you don't need Pretend to use some algorithm to generate an account that is using Nintendo servers. Okay. I do know that I did something wrong, so there's that, definitely. Not area 5, sorry, area 3. So that should yield me a level 36 shiny seeking. Can I get a quirky Seeking? No, I only get a adamant one. Okay. Definitely will fix it somehow. Yeah, hopefully. Oh, did you hear about it? There's a Russian oligarch who wants money, like sue Luxembourg for money. And his name is Mikhail Friedman. I don't know if you've heard about it, but... they always try, don't they? Wait 20 seconds. I know who is he? Oh, you know who it is? What's his deal? I mean, I'd only know that he wants to sue Luxembourg, but I don't even know why. One of Putin's wallets. That's a good way of saying it. So what did I get? I get a shiny Psyduck again. Oh boy. Alright. Let's get closer. And you're still with me. Good, good. Surfing. Safar-Zone area 3. Psyduck level 24. Let's try another ball. Ooh, still there. Okay, the only level 24 I see here would be this frame. Oh, and I got it. Shiny Psyduck caught. Alright. That's fair. That's okay. I mean, I preferred something else, but Psyduck is almost a Golduck. It's a couple of candies. Yes, but I do like there's something about getting the Pokemon like that. That's just really nice. Okay, so the frame I've hit is this one. Then I'll go here again and let's try my luck again. Saved. Good. Let's go. A shiny is a shiny. I don't like resetting over shinies, definitely not. Even if I have already an army of them lying around. Like with the Oddish or the Clam Pearls, the Whalmers. Alright, let's head off to area 3 again. The same pond, the same thing. There's so many people who are so confused that Golduck and Psyduck aren't psychic types, which I do see. I mean, why call it Psyduck if you don't make it a psychic duck? But they're just mono water types for some reason. Oh, Luxembourg did freeze that oligarch's money. That's why he wants it. Okay, that makes sense. Just reading about it now. Well, to be fair, I'm still very critical about what the Luxembourgish newspapers do say. There are a lot of psychic types in Generation 1. Yeah, definitely. If you compare them to types like Ghost and Dragon, where you basically only have one evolutionary line and that's it. Like Dragonite, Dragonair. That's 3 dragons. And the Haunter line, the Haunter and Gengar. And the first one where I just can't think of the English name right now for some reason. I know that in German it's Nebulok, which is a nice name. It's a cool name. Prefer the German name over the English one that I've known. That seems to be so lame that I've forgotten about it. And I can't recall it. It's so stupid that I can't do anything against that stupid beeping noise. My monitor does it whenever OBS or other programs are open. And well, I'm not gonna close OBS because then I can't really stream. Maybe I should switch to another streaming software. I've been eyeing Streamlabs for a while. Not Streamlabs, so excuse me, Streamlabs. But I have to get used to that one. And then as for the browser, I definitely think maybe switching over to Opera GX. Seems to, I mean, Chrome is really going downhill lately. Okay, what do I get? What do I get? I get a normal Psyduck, very boring. So now I think I'm gonna try for a Seeking, since a Seeking also appears on frame 15,228. To be fair, with the Adamant Synchronizer. So if the broadcast doesn't work, I think I'm just gonna go for the Sweet Scent instead. Alright. Do we have? It's 23:44, so pretty close to midnight. Oops, that's not what I want. That's not what I wanted to click. I want to go into my bag. There we go. Let's fish. Nope, I get nothing, so the Sweet Scent it is. I'll check something on in the Pokéfinder program. Do I get a Seeking without a Synchronizer? Yes, on that frame, okay. So that's good to know. So I can definitely switch Marino with my Espeon. So at least I get to profit from the Suction Cup's ability. very quiet suddenly. To be fair, this thumbnail now that I have for Area 3, definitely not false advertising, because the Psyduck is, the shiny Psyduck is very prominent in like the foreground, and I've gotten that one to appear multiple times. Keith has birthday today, tomorrow for you. Oh, so Keith exists for 1542 years? Wow. Let's say I didn't realize Keith was that old. I thought it was more like around 500s of years old, not 1,000. But then again, I learned something new. Yeah, for you, you are in GMT +2, aren't you, Alex? So for you, it's already Sunday. Do hope I get something at least. I mean, I did get more than I anticipated. The Pinsir, that is definitely still smiling because of that. I mean, you can't see me right now, but really happy about the Pinsir. Never really used Pinsir that much before, so that is a very nice surprise. It was Kievan Rus, a big country in the century, so I need to brush up my East Bloc or Eastern Europe history a bit. No, that was not a good choice. What did I do? That was stupid. Just mishit the frame. And even though I messed up, I still landed on a shiny frame, so there's that. Shiny Psyduck again. So do I get this one? 2, 3. Another shiny Psyduck. There we go. I'm not complaining, sure. You blue little ducky. There was a big city before. Or was it a thing where a large city became politically unstable and then it broke down into multiple sectors? Just let me look at that Pinsir for a second. Very nice. Alright. Right, I'm going to change for Marino here. And then I'm gonna try again. This time I'm not gonna calibrate with the level 24 Psyduck that I just caught, because I accidentally hit it at the 5th bop and not the 6th one. Like this. Yeah, that's how Moscovians appeared. I mean, larger kingdoms or areas splitting down to smaller ones, that's basically the whole history of Italy. And many other things as well. I mean, that's a very common occurrence in general, right? In history, that's just gonna happen again and again. Not even sure how long the United States will remain united. Maybe in thousands of years, that will change dramatically. I assume it will. That's the real name of Moscovians, because Rus was the name for Kiev, from Kiev, and Moscovits still that name from Russia now. Oh, okay. So they appropriated that name. Oh, okay, so the hook was successful. Oh well, the delay is gonna be bad. Oh well. Oh, whatever, no, it's too late to change. there's other... I don't know. Maybe I'll get a shiny accidental Goldeen, who knows? But that is an interesting fact. That they took it from Kiev, the rusty name, the nomiker. Moscow is 876 years old, almost twice as younger as Kiev. Yeah, it is, because Kiev, I am surprised myself, because I thought Kiev wasn't as old, but there I was being wrong. I mean, that is a very complex history with different... I mean... the whole territory of what is now considered to be Russia, if you just look into the history of that alone. But then with the Ukraine and other countries, surrounding countries as well. There's just so much history. Also need to read a bit more about it. It is somewhat dusty. The city I studied in, Trier, in Germany, that's over 4,000 years old, can you imagine? Used to be called Treveri. Was an old Roman city, it's one of the oldest cities in Europe. And a very popular city with a lot of Luxembourgers, because it's close, it's just right behind the border. And there's a lot of shopping places for a price that you wish you'd get in Luxembourg, but well, you get them in Trier, so you drive there. Not too long of a drive, depending on where you're driving from in Luxembourg. But yeah, the Porta Nigra, that's like a let's say a leftover from the Roman Empire that's still intact. And you can visit it today, you can go inside, and that thing is like thousands and thousands of years old. There's so much history around it. Just really interesting to see as well. And I went under it, and I was inside as well. Funny when you see certain graffiti there. Now, that's a Sea King, but well, I messed up. I'm not going for the Sea King now, I'm going for the Golduck. I think that's gonna be the last reset, because then it's not Saturday, at least for me, anymore. And I mean, yeah, it was a good haul, was a good stream. I was in Istanbul and was surprised to see Egyptian columns exactly in the city. Oh, I always wanted to go to Istanbul, I just never been. And right now, well, it's not like that country isn't free of weird tensions. Apparently there, the city is full of cats as well. But then again, I never went, unfortunately. Turned out Egyptians lived there, as there was a big ancient civilization. Yeah, there were, I think they were there before the others came to Istanbul. If you look at the old Egyptian kingdoms, they had a large chunk of Africa. Yeah, City of Cats. That's also why what I want to see. And apparently they're well looked after. They don't appear, like from the videos that I saw, they don't appear to be too bad in a condition, like sick or some kind of infections or just a general bad state. But apparently the people there that live in Istanbul look after them, and that's very nice. I do hope they spay or neuter them though, because cats, oh geez, do spay and neuter your cats. It's insane how fast they multiply. Cats just make so many more cats you wouldn't believe. People there love cats. That's very good. I love cats as well. That's just how it should be. That surfing music though. I know I'm gonna hear this in my dream tonight. We have 3 small kittens. They multiply exponentially. I saw them. They were so good. These images, so cute. I mean, I love cats, don't get me wrong, but they're very bad for the environment, and with the fact on how fast they multiply and have babies, just spay or neuter them, please. It's just, they're very efficient hunters. They're gonna be the end or the demise of a lot of birds. Unfortunately, also some birds that are endangered. Not just birds, other species as well. So, as much as I love cats, please neuter them, please. Neuter or spay them. I don't like saying this, but yeah, we do have enough cats on the planet already. And I love every single cat, but I do hope that every cat deserves a great life. And that is not in shiny, unfortunately. So let's see what the haul today was. Small kittens are old photos. My cats know they're two big red idiots. I saw that as well, but still. Love them, very adorable. So what did I get? A Rhyhorn, a Oddish of course, a Dodrio, a Pinsir finally, and 2 identical shiny Psyducks. So, as always, thank you so much for being part of the stream. And hopefully see you tomorrow, where I will be going to area 4 in the Safari-Zone. So until then, goodbye and good night.